So I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold3 for a while now. Actually, it's been a week since I've used this one and I really enjoy the smartphone. Hey guys, I'm Jam of JamOnline.ph and today we're gonna talk about the latest flagship smartphone of Samsung, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold3. So the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold3 is set to replace the Galaxy Note 20 series that was launched a year ago. I mean, the Note, it's an amazing smartphone, but this time, the Galaxy Z Fold3, they've decided that this smartphone will replace the Galaxy Note line, as this one now supports S Pen and it now also comes with an IPX8 water resistance. So basically, you have the best of the Galaxy Note series and then nilagay nila dito sa Galaxy Z Fold3. Unfortunately, the camera still way off. It's different from the Galaxy Note series, as we all know that the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra and the Galaxy S21 Ultra does have a really powerful na camera, but this time we now have a triple lens 12 megapixel camera just like the previous generation, the Galaxy Z Fold 2. But before we get down to the camera, let's talk about the hardware of the smartphone. So first, you might not notice, but the Galaxy Z Fold 3 now packs a better and tougher Armor aluminum. What does that mean? Well, with the Armor aluminum body of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, it's way tougher than the previous generation. The body is better. It feels more premium actually than the Z Fold 2. They've also improved the film of the smartphone. So yes, we now have a tougher and better foldable display, less scratches, less damages that you can experience on this one. So yeah, they really made an improvement when it comes to the display of the smartphone. Aside from that, they've also added a feature, the UDC or the under-display camera on the foldable display of the smartphone. It's the first under-display camera on a foldable smartphone, so it's really nice to see this feature. However, the quality isn't the best one that we have seen. We've seen better UDC camera, but again, this is one of the mass market na smartphone available with UDC na feature, and I'm really excited and I'm really pumped to see this one on the Galaxy Z Fold 3. Well, if you're asking me about the crease, yes, we still have the crease over here. Unfortunately, we do not have an S Pen to try it out on the Galaxy Z Fold 3 if it will affect our usage of the S Pen. But hey, the S Pen is a nice feature that is added on the smartphone, but there's no slot for the S Pen on this one, so you need to buy it separately. You need to buy a case for that one. But the S Pen Fold Edition is optimized for the smartphone. It has a spring inside, so it cannot damage the display, unlike the S Pen that is available in the market right now. And if you're planning on using your old S Pen on the smartphone, unfortunately, you cannot use that one, as this one only supports the S Pen Fold Edition and also the S Pen Pro. Again, there's IPX8 water resistance on the smartphone, so it's really nice to see that feature. However, what I'm really pumped about the smartphone is that we now have a slimmer and better design. Yes, it's actually a little bit slimmer than the Galaxy Z Fold 2, and it's way lighter than the Z Fold 2. So it means that it's less bulky, but yes, it's still bulky, but it's way less bulky than before. It's lighter than before. So using this one in one hand won't stress yung kamay nyo that much. Now, let's talk about the display of the Galaxy Z Fold 3. Well, we still have here the same screen size inside, and we also have the same screen size outside the smartphone. Actually, they've improved the cover display of the smartphone, as it now has a 120Hz refresh rate. So using the cover display isn't that much annoying na, kasi we still have here 60Hz on the cover display of the Z Fold 2, but right now we now have a 120Hz refresh rate. So navigating on this one on web pages, on apps, and even on games, it's way smoother than ever. Unfortunately, we still got here the punch hole camera on the cover display of the smartphone, so it's not really uninterrupted, unlike the flex display of the smartphone. But I think that is a great decision, considering that the UDC or the under display camera of the Galaxy Z Fold 3, well, the quality is just bad. It's just bad. Later, I'm gonna show you the quality of the shots that we took using the UDC camera of the smartphone. As for the other features, they really made an improvement when it comes to software. Yes, the flex mode is still here. I like flex mode whenever I'm watching videos or I'm just checking out some of the applications that I use every day. But what I like about this one is they've included labs on the software of the smartphone in where you could test out some of the features. You could also use yung different aspect ratio on different apps if you want. You could set it manually if you want, since not a lot of apps are supporting the foldable display of the smartphone. Aside from that, they've also improved the multitasking on the Galaxy Z Fold3, and I really appreciate the improvement when it comes to the multitasking of the smartphone. It's way better than before. I've been more productive with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold3, and now you can pin applications on the smartphone on the side. So whenever you want to open an application or you just want to drag and drop an application for multi-window purposes, well, it's way better on the Galaxy Z Fold. And that is a feature that I really want to see on the Galaxy Z Fold 2 in the future updates. But hey, I mean, it's nice to see that on the Galaxy Z Fold 3. As for the hardware, we're also running here on a Snapdragon 888 processor with 12 gigs of RAM, and yes, it comes in 256 gigs of storage and 512 gigs of storage. Now, talking about the performance of the smartphone, well, it is really good. Actually, I like the performance that we're getting in here. I mean, it's SD888. Yes, you can run different applications. You can run Genshin Impact at max settings in 60 frames per second. But of course, just like any other smartphones, it's not the smoothest when it comes to Genshin Impact, as this one is really demanding at very high settings. They've really improved the graphics on that game. Anyway, whenever you want to play games like a Nintendo Switch emulator, yes, you can play that one on the Galaxy Z Fold 3. Whenever you want, you can also play games like Daemon PS2, another emulator that is really heavy on the processor. You can also play games like Diablo Immortal, Apex Legends Mobile. It's not out yet, but it's still on beta. But yes, you can play any games actually that you want on the smartphone. In 3D Mark Wildlife, we got a score 5,564. In Geekbench, we also got here a really high score of 1,041 on single core and 3,335 on multi-core. We also got here a high score of 707,162 on Antutu. I've noticed that there's a little bit of throttling when it comes to the processor, but the thermals of this one is really good so far, so I really don't have any problems with that one. I mean, the Snapdragon 888 is notorious when it comes to hot temperatures, but Samsung has managed to tone down the temperatures of the smartphone, but of course it comes with some consequences like throttling. Now, let's talk about here the triple lens camera of the smartphone. So the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 comes with a triple lens 12 megapixel camera. It isn't the level of the Galaxy S21 Ultra, but it can take some pretty nice shots. In our shots using the rear camera of the smartphone, we got a fair quality on the smartphone for a flagship smartphone. I'm gonna say it's a level on the Galaxy S20 or the S21, but not on the Ultra. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Well, we've tested it on different locations in the day and in the evening, and we got some pretty fair shots again on the smartphone. Actually, take a look at some of the shots that we took using the rear camera of the smartphone. Now, let's talk about the controversial one. So for the selfie camera of the smartphone, we got here the 10 megapixel selfie camera on the cover display of the smartphone. And then we got here a 4 megapixel display on the under display camera of the smartphone. When it comes to quality, well, ang layo talaga ng difference when it comes to the quality of the UDC camera of the smartphone and also the cover display camera of the smartphone. With the cover display camera, well, we've seen that the selfie camera is really good. I'm actually pretty happy with the selfie camera of the smartphone. It's pretty much an improvement over the Galaxy Z Fold 2, but not that much. But the UDC camera is just bad. I mean, whether you want to shoot at decent lighting conditions or at dim lighting conditions, everything that we shoot on the UDC camera is just bad. The quality isn't that good. It's cloudy, but I've noticed that they are using an algorithm to improve the UDC camera once after we took the shot using the UDC camera of the smartphone. So I hope that Samsung could improve on that part. I mean, the UDC camera is new technology, but I hope that in the next generation they can improve that even more. When it comes to the Galaxy S22, well, I hope that they wouldn't use a UDC camera unless they perfected the UDC camera of the smartphone. For now, I'm pretty happy with the cover display. So whenever I took some video calls, I'm using the UDC camera of the smartphone, it's fine. But whenever I want to take selfies that I want to post on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever social media, I would use the cover display camera of the smartphone. As for the verdict, I'm really happy with the Galaxy Z Fold 3. I mean, I really enjoyed the Galaxy Z Fold 2. I've been productive also on the Galaxy Z Fold 3. However, I do not have the S Pen, but I would love to use that one when signing documents or drawing some sketches on the smartphone and taking some of the notes. But also what I like about it is that we also got here a tougher and better build. Some of you might not appreciate that one, but once you hold it, you would appreciate that, okay, the Galaxy Z Fold 3 is tough. The hinge is tough. Everything is so good on the Galaxy Z Fold 3. I hope that they've improved the camera quality on this one. Maybe in the future they could add like the ultra level or Galaxy S21 or S22 ultra level camera on the Galaxy Z Fold 4. But yeah, it's still nice. I mean, it's still a flagship level camera, and the display, it's just good. I mean, I appreciate that they've used the UDC technology in here. It's an uninterrupted flex display, but the quality is just bad. You can notice the UDC from afar, even from afar, and when taking shots using the UDC camera of the smartphone, well, it's really bad. But what I really like about it on this one is the price. The starting price of this one, I think it's around 115,000 pesos, the Galaxy Z Fold 2. But with the Galaxy Z Fold 3, we're now getting here a starting price of 87,990. That is way better compared to the starting price of Galaxy Z Fold 2. Now, it makes sense that they replaced the Galaxy Note series with this one. I mean, we got S Pen, we got your large display, so everything that you want on the Galaxy Note series is now here on the Galaxy Z Fold series. Unfortunately, the camera, again, there's no ultra level camera on this one, but still, it's nice to see that the Galaxy Z Fold 3 already has a feature that accepts the S Pen and also the IPX8 water resistance. So do I recommend it? Definitely. I love the Galaxy Z Fold 3. So if you're like the type of person who loves to, productivity on the smartphone, you want to watch videos on the smartphone in large display, you want to have an all-in-one device, you want to have a smartphone that you can also use as a tablet for gaming, well, the Galaxy Z Fold 3 is a nice device for you. But if you want, you can opt for this one, the Galaxy Z Flip 3. I actually also enjoyed using this smartphone as we got here a really portable design, it's pocketable, and the design of the smartphone is really nice. You can check out my first impressions of the smartphone in my other video here on my YouTube channel. So if you're coming from a Z Fold 2, well, that would be a problem because I think the Galaxy Z Fold 2 is still a good smartphone. But if you need IPX8 water resistance, if you need the S Pen, well, you can go for the Galaxy Z Fold 3. So yeah, guys, that's it for our short, well, it's not actually short. That's it for our first impressions and quick review of the Galaxy Z Fold 3. So if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and be sure to click that subscribe button along with that bell button to get notified of our latest videos here on my YouTube channel. So once again, I'm JomJomaline.ph. Thank you for watching and see you guys again in my next video.